everyone, welcome back to the makeup chair. Today I'm going to show you guys how to apply your foundation, your bronzer, your highlighter, your blush, your everything that goes on your face using one brush. This is the F20 by Blush Cosmetics. I've done this video before, but I wanted to update it. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this amazing brush. If you have any other brushes that you'd like me to show you guys how to use, please leave a comment, but let's get started with this one. So the first thing that you want to do is to apply your moisturizer, and then you can go ahead and apply your primer. You want to make sure that your primer is going on top of your moisturizer because it's usually linked to your foundation and it's going to create a smoother base that way. And then let's move on to foundation. What I like to do with this brush is I like to pump the foundation on the back of my hand or onto a palette, and then what I do is kind of spread it out very lightly and then dip the tip of the brush, the very tips of these little bristles here, into the foundation. What you don't want to do is to apply a plump on here or to just like hit it into the foundation, because all you end up doing is pushing the foundation deep inside the brush. That's not what we want to do. We want to get the very tip of these very soft bristles covered in a little bit of foundation. So stipple it in just like this, just to pick it up, and then you want to start from the center of your face and work outwards. So wherever you have a lot of kind of discoloration or you need extra coverage, then that's where you want to start applying. So start applying there, and you can do little stippling motions, and this creates little pixels, just little dots all over the face. And by the time you're finished, you're going to fill it all in, so you create this beautiful airbrush look. When you're going around the eyebrows and any areas that have hairs on them, what you want to do is just to make sure there's not too much foundation on there. You can either just dab it off the back of your hand, or you can wait till there's not too much left and then go around those areas, and that way you don't end up with little clumps or anything sticking to those little hairs. So now that our skin is evened out by our foundation, we can go in with a little bit of concealer just to add in little areas that might need a bit of extra coverage. What you want to do is just to make sure your foundation just evens out your skin and it doesn't kind of camouflage it and gives it a huge heavy coverage. Your concealer is there to hide things, your foundation is there to even things. So once you've applied your concealer, you can actually go back in with this brush and just very lightly go over the top of it, and it will just make sure that it's really well set onto the skin and just create that beautiful airbrush look again. Now you want to leave the foundation for just a couple of minutes until it sets, and then you can go in with your powder. So I'm using the Blush Cosmetics powder in the white. I've actually just taken this out of the palette, so if you see the palettes, they come when you buy the whole thing, but I've actually just depotted it. Once again, using that stippling motion into the tip of the brush, and then I just blend over the face just to set the makeup in place. You can also use downward strokes, and this will just make sure that any hairs on the face are lying flat against the skin. And then I want to go in with a matte bronzer. So I'm using the same one from the same palette, but I've just taken it out again. And this time you want to roll one side of the brush into the bronzer. Then you want to go from the top of your ear towards the corner of your mouth and just roll this right into that hollow. And then you can just brush up slightly just to brush it away. The final step is to apply some blush. I always keep this to last so that my powder and my bronzer don't end up with any pink tones in it. So this is Peaches by MAC. What you want to do is use the whole brush, tap it in there, and then go on the apples of the cheeks and blend upwards. And that is how to do a full face of makeup using one brush. If there's any other brushes that you'd like to see a video on how to use it, if you don't know the name of the brush, don't worry, you can just put in the type of brush that it is. Just leave a comment and I will see you guys in a video really soon. Bye! What you want to do is use the— whoa! That would have been a lot of money down the drain. And that needs to go on your face.